Ninjutsu Scorpion is broken. Why is it whenever I see somebody say something like that, their match always looks like this? I mean, you can try and deny it, but that's usually what I end up seeing. So to understand this, you have to be able to distinguish broken, potato. A character who's broken defies the rules of the game. Case in point, pre-patch Tanya, pre-patch Alien, pre-patch Raiden, pre-patch Quan Chi, pre-patch Ermac, pre-patch characters in general. Broken. Potato. Potato being easy to use. And what I mean by that is it doesn't really take a lot of time to pick up and use ninjutsu at the lower level of play. You've got your down 4 for a good poke. You have forward 2 as a whiff punishing overhead with a built-in mix-up that lets you cancel into takedown. Forward 2, back 2, back 2, jump kick teleport, 2-1 spear, jump kick, jump punch, rinse, repeat. Potato. The character is not broken in that variation. He's just easy to use, which is why you probably see a lot of them online. I know I do. I run into a lot of ninjutsu players, and a lot of them don't really seem to use a lot of the character's tools beyond forward 2 and forward 2 takedown. And why would they? It's online. It can be laggy. You can't fuzzy guard or block forward 2, and if you can, you sure as hell can't punish it online unless you have a really good connection with somebody. But we're getting off topic. What I'm going to show you is how to take a little bit of that frustration out of the matchup. Because if you take away a ninjutsu player's ability to forward 2 and mix you up with the launcher or the takedown, then in a lot of cases you've taken away their ability to beat you. At least in that regard. Now, granted, you're going to run into ninjutsu players that are really good. Red Raptor, Blake, obviously Jago Blake. And you may run into players online that have shitty connections. Online tournaments, leagues, just rank match, player match, high ping connections that'll make it impossible to fuzzy guard. However, at some point you'll go offline, assuming, and at some point while you're playing offline, you might run into a ninjutsu player who will use forward 2 takedown and see if you can fuzzy guard it or not. So, I'm going to show you how to do this, and then hopefully you'll run into somebody online with a good connection you can do it against, or when you go offline, you'll be able to do it. Period. So, let's get started. Alright, so about half an hour ago, before I had to go take care of a few things, I set the computer to do forward 2 takedown, forward 2 takedown, in whatever random order. I don't even remember what it was anymore. Because I'm going to show you how you can go about fuzzy guarding this. Now, just as a bit of a disclaimer, this is not going to make you a master of fuzzy guarding forward 2. You very well may still lose to a Ninjutsu Scorpion player, because there are other elements in the matchup that are there besides whether or not you get hit by forward 2. There's your spacing, there's your punishing, your whiff punishing, your pressure, etc. So, you can't just watch this and all of a sudden think you're going to go out and beat every Ninjutsu Scorpion you run into, because that's not the case. And you still might get hit by it online. Fuzzy guarding is a lot easier offline, obviously, because there's no lag, versus online, where even the smallest little spike can mean the difference between you blocking correctly and you getting launched for 35, 36, whatever the hell his B&B damage is, %. So, keep that in mind. You will not suddenly be immune to Ninjutsu Scorpion. You will not be immune to forward 2. But it will help. Trust me on that. So, the one thing you have to understand, turn the volume down, is when it comes to forward 2 and forward 2 takedown, forward 2 is obviously a mid to overhead. Okay. Notice how fast that came. I'm going to try doing it. I'll show you again. Okay. Just watch the speed of the forward 2. So the overhead comes with a very, very small gap in between that and the mid. Okay. Notice on the second revolution when he did the takedown. Notice the difference in timing. Okay. The key to fuzzy guarding this consistently is to understand the overhead will always hit first. Think of it like Tremor's pre-patch hard to blockable with the regular up rock into back 3. No matter what Tremor would do, the overhead would come first and then the low. The same is true for forward 2. The overhead will always hit before the low. So what you should start with is practice just blocking high. Okay. When you understand the timing of the overhead in the forward 2 string, it'll make guarding forward 2 takedown a lot easier. Okay. Now, yeah, the first 2 times I already know because we just repeated it over and over again, but the rest of it, completely don't even know. Even right now, I just forgot. I know the first one is forward 2, second one's forward 2 takedown, 3, 4, and 5. I have no idea. Okay. So watch the inputs. When you understand the speed of forward 2, and you know exactly when the overhead's going to hit, you wait until the overhead should be hitting, and then you hold down. Do you notice right now? Doing it too early. I'm trying to guess, and it's not working, obviously. But when you wait until the overhead should, in theory, be hitting, and then you crouch block, the character will block the overhead if it comes, and if they slide, you'll crouch block safely. Now, what'll mess you up when you're doing this is trying to do it too quickly, because you're really panicking. You see 4-2, oh my god, 4-2, and then you try to duck, and then boom, you get launched. Or you stand up, and then you get hit by the takedown. And truthfully, you'd rather get hit by the takedown. Just look at the damage difference. Okay, takedown did, what was that, 5%? 3% on takedown, okay. So you stand up, you get hit by a takedown, you lose 3%, and then you have to guess again. Or you block low preemptively because you're scared, you get launched, and you lose 35% of your health, or whatever it is, and then you get left in a restand, and you have to guess again. So if you're going to guess, unless it's the very end of the match, I'd usually just stand block. I'd rather get hit by the low than get hit by the overhead. But when you learn how to fuzzy guard it, you won't have to worry about that as much. So you can see the inputs every time I'm doing down. I'm waiting for when the overhead should hit in theory, and that's when I press down. That lets me block both. And then you can go on with your punish from there. The only thing that'll really make it difficult, like I said before, is going to be an online crappy connection. Then you may just have to end up guessing. But offline, you can potentially fuzzy guard this 3 out of 4 times. Or hell, you could do 100% of the time. Maybe you have godlike reads and execution. But so, hop in the lab, forward 2 takedown, and just practice. Like we said, the overhead always hits first. There's always a small gap between the mid and the overhead. So wait, Practice feeling out that gap, and then when you find the timing, then just throw in takedown, and then just practice blocking high and then blocking low. And you should see some results if you practice it. That's the key thing. You have to practice. It's easy to go online and type on Reddit, TYM, or Facebook, this character is broken, it's bullshit, it's brain dead. Okay, maybe that last one may not be completely inaccurate, but that's not the point. The point is, it's in the game, you don't want to be free to it, and you sure as hell don't want to lose out in pools of a tournament, online or offline, because you couldn't block it, even if the connection was meh. So, anyway, hope this helps. If it does, then leave a thumbs up, comment, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.